So now we are going to talk about Ewing's constructions for BCRC. Okay, so what does it say? The theoretical COP of vapor compression refrigeration cycle with any refrigerant that is working between two given temperatures, that is evaporation temperature and condenser temperature, it is found to dependent on, first thing is the state of vapor at suction to compressor. So the COP of BCRC cycle, that is dependent on the state of the vapor that is at the suction of the compressor pressure. Okay, now this vapor can be in any form. That means that may be wet, that may be dry, that may be saturated, and that can also be superheated or superheated. Okay, so now talking about these 4 points, we need to draw the TS diagram for the BCRC cycle. Then we would discuss the effect of variable suction state. Okay, so now I am drawing the diagram over here. Okay, so this is the TS diagram. So now I have drawn this TS diagram, and this diagram is representing various stages in the compression process at the suction part of the compressor. Okay, so here we can see that we have stages 4, 1, 1M and 1S. Okay, now state 1, this is in the wet region, that is liquid plus vapor region. This is in the wet region. This 1M state is also in the wet region, but after compression you see that it is moving to the superheat region. So this is a mixed state compression, that is two-phase compression, that is from 1M to this point it is in the wet region, and after that it is in the superheated region. And for 1S state, this is the dry compression, because all the compression is taken place in the vapor region. No amount of liquid is present in the vapors. Okay, and this point 4 over here, it shows that the compression taking place totally in the liquid plus vapor region. Okay, so now let us talk from here. In the very limiting case, that means if the vapors that after being throttling from this point 3 to 4 are readily compressed from 4 to 5, then what will happen? We would not get any refrigerating effect. What is the refrigerating effect? The refrigerating effect in actual process it from 4 to 1S. Okay, now if we compress it immediately after the throttling, we would not be having any refrigerating effect. That means the COP would be 0 in that case. COP would be 0 in this case if we immediately compress it after the throttling. Okay, and refrigerating effect would also be 0, because there will not be any area that this point will cover. Okay, now let now we keep on increasing the dryness fraction. Okay, and we move towards this saturated vapor region. So let us say we are at the stage 1. Okay, so this is the stage 1 where the compression is totally in the wet region, and we can see that the area under this curve, that is from 4 to 1, it keeps on increasing as we move to this side. That means refrigerating effect is increasing as we are moving to the saturated vapor region. Okay, so this happens on up till the point 1 is reached. Okay, and this point corresponds to the compression which is totally in the wet region. Okay, now after this point 1, we can see that if we compress the refrigerant, it is partially in the wet region and it is partially in the superheated region. Okay, so the compression is not totally dry or not totally wet. Okay, so and you can see that heat is not rejected now at constant temperature if the compression is moved from further point 1. Okay, so and what is the trend seen if we go on moving from point 4 towards point 1s? That there is a point in between these 4 and 1s at which the maximum COP is reached. Okay, and that may be anywhere between this 4 to 1s. Okay, now for some refrigerants and certain operating conditions, the maximum COP occurs in the two phase region. That means it may occur between 1 to 1s, and for some it occurs in the superheated region. That means that maximum COP that we have talked, that COP goes on increasing as we move from 0.4 to 1s. For different kind of refrigerants, this COP is maximum for some refrigerant in the two phase region. That means some compression takes place in the liquid plus vapor region and the rest part takes place in the superheated region, while for the some the whole dry compression, that means the compression in the superheat region, yields the maximum COP. Okay, so what does Ewings suggested? He suggested that for which refrigerant the COP increases in the superheated region, and for which refrigerants the bad suction state, that means suction start in this region, gives the maximum COP. Okay, so I am writing some of the examples over here. For superheated suction, for superheat suction vapor, for superheat suction vapor, the COP increases for the following refrigerant, that is for propane, for isobutane, and tetrafluoroethane. Okay, it is also known as R134A and R12. So these are the examples for which the COP is maximum in the superheated region, and for those refrigerant which gives maximum efficiency in the bed state compression, bed state of suction, those are F11 Freon 11, F22 Freon 22, and NH3. So these are some kind of some examples over here. Okay, so that's all for the Ewings construction for BCRC. Thank you.